What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the greatest gaming podcast on the internet, the One Up Gamescast. I'm one of your hosts, Carl Sinclair, joined as always by my brother from another mother, the man with the plan, Master Chief in the streets, Master Cheeks in the sheets, Jack Gibb. How you doing, buddy?
Doing fan-bloody-tastic, mate. It's been a rough week, but things got better 22 minutes ago. How you doing?
Mate, so good. So good now. Like, honestly. See, this always happens. Whenever we do the podcast, we were late recording the podcast tonight, but anytime we do the podcast, something happens while we're doing it. There's some piece of breaking news. Every time. And this time,
we're late.
We're late. And we got the good news. Mate, tell the people the good news.
Everybody. GTA 6 is launching May 26, 2026.
Ooh, we have a date. It's cemented. Well, it'll probably, like, hopefully it doesn't get delayed. I shouldn't say it's cemented, but we have a date. We have a date. That's crazy.
Look, it could get delayed, but like I feel like they wouldn't have given such a concrete specific day if they weren't confident.
And like in Rockstar fashion, no video, no big thing, just Instagram post, press release, little tweet. Like, hey guys, I have it up.
Read out like we're just subscribed to the like press releases, like nothing too fancy, but I got the email, like the email came through at 9:30 or whatever, and the subject reads: Take-Two Interactive Software Inc. reiterates expectations to achieve sequential increases in and record levels of net bookings in fiscal 2026-2027. I saw that and I swiped it away, like whatever the fuck that is. I'll read it later. Yeah, GTA 6. Oh, tucked away in there.
Yo, that is, oh my god, that's why. Oh, that makes sense. There's a thing the other day I seen, there was a big post, like, oh, they've got their fiscal thing happening this week. That's why the Borderlands thing is happening earlier in the week, because it's happening the day before their fiscal report thing takes place.
Right, there'll probably be things revealed in there.
Yeah.
Not just some data or whatever.
Like, probably the updated release date for Borderlands was going to be in there, so they just decided to get ahead of their messaging and be like, boom. So that's probably why this is dropped right now, because that date is probably in there, or they're just, like, dropping it before they start getting into the full swing of things.
Yeah.
Smart.
You're probably right.
Very smart. I have the Instagram post up. I'll just read it really quickly. So, yeah, GTA 6 is now set to release May 26, 2026. And GTA 7 is set to release May 27, 2077. We are very sorry that this is later than you expected. The interest and excitement surrounding a new Grand Theft Auto has been truly humbling for our entire team. We want to thank you for your support and your patience as we work to finish the game. With every game we have released, the goal has always been to try and exceed your expectations, and Grand Theft Auto 6 is no exception. We hope you understand that we need the extra time to deliver at the level of quality you expect and deserve. We look forward to sharing more information with you soon. Sincerely, Rockstar Games. It's big. That's massive.
Man. Two things about that. One, I hope this means that we're not seeing the crunch that we typically do from Rockstar.
Mm-hmm.
I hope this is the consequence. Like, as in, crunch is down, a little extra time. Great. Love it. Secondly, the interest and excitement surrounding a new Grand Theft Auto has been a truly humbling for our team. I don't know about you, mate, but if I was working on this game, I don't think there'd be anything about the excitement humbling me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, the biggest thing ever. But no, I get what they're saying.
It feels like it's like we're very humble. This is the first time that we're like talking about GTA, and we're not on the news being called the devil. There's other devils to deal with right now. GTA is the least of people's worries. It's so good. But yeah, awesome news. Freaking awesome. Can't wait. That's all the news we have for that, which is crazy. But yeah, like, no new trailer drop, no new info, but it's more than enough. Like, more than enough.
Surely we get another trailer this year, though. Surely.
There is an article up on One Up Games, so go show it some love. I'm predicting Game Awards is probably the next time we see something. I feel like they might throw Keeley a bone and just be like, even if it's like, here's a 30-second trailer that'll let people know when the gameplay trailer drops. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get the gameplay trailer, but you can let them know when we're dropping it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's a shot, you know? But then again, in typical fashion, they will just drop a trailer and a post whenever they feel like it. So, like we should look forward to that any of the days between now and release.
Am I getting confused? Wasn't it the last GTA trailer where they basically leaked? They're like, oh, you may as well have it in 4K.
Yep. Yeah. It leaked, and they're like, hey, you know, here you go. Like, here it is. Yeah. So good. So freaking good.
Oh, man. Can't wait.
Mate, I have a little story before we get into the topic of the show. By the way, we're talking about Borderlands 4. We had that state of play happen yesterday. I feel like it was yesterday. All the days are blending together.
Maybe early yesterday.
Yeah, I think it was like 7 a.m. yesterday. We'll be talking about that and everything that was announced there. But I have a little story to tell. EB Games is really starting to get on my nerves, bro. Really starting to get on my nerves.
Just starting.
Oh, mate, they've been on my nerves. You're right. They've been on my nerves for a long time. So today, I was waiting patiently because we reported on this the other week that today at 10 a.m., the Ghosts of Yotei editions were going to be up for pre-order. They were going to be live for pre-order. And we knew that they were going to be at EB Games and JB Hi-Fi. And also today, they're going to be on Amazon. So I was like, okay, cool. Yesterday, EB didn't post anything. Nothing at all. I was like, okay. Weird. You go to JB Hi-Fi's website, they had a page ready to go, being like, here it is, it's going to happen. Get excited. I'm like, okay, cool. All right, that's going to happen. Yeah. It doesn't work yet. Cool. It's getting very close to 10 a.m. Very, very close to 10 a.m. And I'm like, still nothing from EB. Now, I normally just go through EB because that's where I get all my games from. So it's just it's a lot easier for me to go through one shop. You know what I mean? Like, it's instead of like, okay, so I've got this at JB Hi-Fi, I've got this coming from Amazon, I've got this at EB. It's just easy to go through one place. And I've been shopping there for years. You know what I mean? Like, I know the guys that work there. So it's like, I know people are going to be like, why don't you just stop shopping at EB? Because I like the guys that work there, and I don't want them to be out of the job, and it's just convenient for me because I have been going there so long. I know how the system works. I can pay something off. They've always been pretty good to me. So I that's why I go with EB. But today, man, I swear, not a peep, not an email, not a tweet, nothing. It hits 10 a.m., and I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I go to the EB website, nothing on the front page, nothing at all. Search Ghosts of Yotei, nothing. And I'm like, weird, like JB Hi-Fi's got it, like what's going on? And then I was like, oh, I'm not logged into my account, maybe I should log into my account. So I logged into my account, all right, which is an EB Plus account now because I got EB Plus because what game was I screwed over on? Death Stranding, I think it was. Yeah, Death Stranding. I got screwed over on Death Stranding because it was an EB Plus exclusive. Logging into my account, right, suddenly just like I'm EB Plus member, it pops up like, hey, awesome, search Ghost of Yotei. There it is. It was exclusive to EB Plus for like the first few hours. And I was fucking furious. And I'm a member of EB Plus, and I was still furious. And then I put my pre-order in, got my deposit on. I'm like, cool, I've got it pre-ordered there. It's done. This is why I got Plus. Like, this is the only reason I got Plus for situations where I was going to get effed over like this. And 2 minutes after, I think it was like, I did my pre-order. I think it was like 7 past 10, they tweet about it. And nowhere on that tweet does it say you need to be Plus to get the pre-order in. Nowhere on the tweet.
Okay, so after a couple of hours, it removed the Plus requirement.
I think so. I haven't checked it since then. But it said, it said early exclusivity to Plus members.
Because I'm wondering if that was like a late decision,
It could have been. Like, I get why Plus exists. It's to stop scalpers, right? But
it's still EB World exclusive.
Yep, there you go. Stupid shit, man.
And the tweet doesn't mention that.
The tweet the tweet I saw this morning didn't mention it at all. There were people in the comments of the tweet being like, hey, just so you guys know, you need to be a Plus member. Don't bother clicking on the link. JB Hi-Fi has it up. Someone posted an Amazon link. Like, crazy. It kind of made me think, I think it's time for PlayStation to pull their foot out their ass and give us PlayStation Direct. Like here in Australia. So, like, there's other options.
Have a PlayStation account with a certain number of hours or something, don't you normally? Or is that Nintendo I'm thinking of?
Nintendo does that. PlayStation should do that for PlayStation Direct, to be honest. That's a great way to fight off scalpers. But, like, honestly, because, like,
I don't think the bar should be that high, but just like, you've played the first Ghost before, like, that should be enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
honestly, it's crazy because I don't know. We could we can fix their service for them all day. But EB just needs.
I was gonna say I don't know if they've edited the post or just reposted it, but it now says available now for pre-order with Plus early access.
Yeah, that wasn't on the tweet this morning. A lot
of people in the comments complaining. So I'm guessing they've edited the tweet.
Yeah, they must have. Yeah, because I seen the tweet and I'm like, there's no mention of Plus here at all. Like, that is so shitty. That's like so shitty. And the fact that like I had to look for it at 10 a.m., not actually like it just being there on the homepage or having an email or something like that. It's like here's the thing. Why am I paying for Plus if you're not going to send me an email about this thing? You know what I mean? Like, why am I level 5 if I'm not going to get an email about this thing? Like, it's just so stupid. Like, you're probably right. It was like a last minute decision, and even they didn't know what the hell they were going to do. But in saying that, like, JB Hi-Fi had a page up days before. Like, you clearly knew you were going to get some. Like, why are you humming and hawing about how you're going to do it? This is why you invented Plus, right? To fight scalpers. Scalpers are going to pay the $50 for the year. You know what I mean? They're going to make that money back on one time screwing someone over. Like, so silly.
I wonder as
so
well,
silly.
like, what disadvantage is there not just have a page up a day early that says EB World member required? That
Honestly.
way, if you're that excited about this game, which I'm sure a lot of people are, like, you can at least be prepared.
Yeah, no, honestly, you're bang on. You're bang on right. Like I don't know. Their messaging around this stuff is really confusing, especially because like level 5 is still a thing, and level 5 used to be like the barrier to entry, right? Like, and I feel like that is such a like I think it's harder for a scalper to get level 5 than it would be to like pay $50 for a year. You know what I mean? Like,
not only have you got to have spent thousands of dollars with EB, you've got to be an highly engaged customer. Like, you know, even doing like fucking trade-ins and shit is advantageous. Like, there's a lot you got to do. So I remember, I can't remember like how, like I can't remember rank-wise how good of a customer I was at my local, but I remember like we used to buy, like every time EB Expo would roll around, we'd be buying like 5 or 6 express tickets. Like we'd be spending like, not only all my games at EB, but like we were spending, you know, thousands on my account at EB a year.
Yeah,
and
bro.
when level 5 dropped, I went in one day, and store manager was like, store manager of Zing, I guess, but they were like, oh, you know, you're not level 5, and I'm like, nah, and they were just dumbfounded. I'm like, I don't really like pre-order a lot. I don't trade in a lot. Like I might spend a lot of money, but I'm not probably, from a data analytics point of view, I'm probably not that engaged. And they were just like, oh, that kind of makes sense. And I'm like, yeah. Lucky I understand that, because like I'd be like, if I didn't understand how that works, I'd be so like, I don't know. It's just
there are a lot of people that don't understand that. There are a lot of people that are like, I spend so
they?
much money here, and it's like, but the thing is like, the people that are like, I spend so much money here, I'm like, I'm sure you do, but I know for a fact there are people that spend all their money there. You know what I mean? Like there are people that go.
The problem, I think they did themselves a disservice though by allowing you to see how good of a customer you are in the store. As in, like, I was the 40th best customer or 30th best customer.
Yeah, yeah. I hate the leaderboard.
I think being able to see that was like a real problem, because
first 2 years you couldn't, like, which was great.
Customer. Yeah, because again, like I look like an amazing customer, but I've never traded a game. So like, that's EB. EB gets double the money if you trade your game in there. You know.
But you know, I've only ever traded once. Because I'm like, I've never traded a game. I only ever traded once. And what I did, it was back when Rogue One had come out on Blu-ray, and EB had a trade deal. It was like trade in any game, any Xbox or PS4 game, and get Rogue One for nothing. So what I did was I went over and I bought Titanfall for $1 and then traded it in to get Rogue One for nothing. And the manager at EB was like, we can't allow this to happen again. Like, I was like, yeah, well. So I was the only one that got away with it. And I was like, thank you, sir. Have a good day. But I was just like, because I walked up and I'm like, so if I buy a game right now and trade it in, like, I get the DVD for nothing? He's like, yes. And I'm like, cool. Grab Titanfall. Like, straight away. I knew they were over there for $1. I'm like, there you go, sir. So I got Rogue One for $1, effectively. And then, yeah.
All the reason why there's always an asterisk on this shit.
I'm so sorry, everybody. I ruined it. I didn't mean to ruin it. I'm sorry. But it's funny shit. It's funny shit. But yeah, I just want to put that out there. I have secured my Ghosts of Yote Collector's Edition. I'm very excited to open that one up. Yep. Put the masks next to each other. Very excited. Very excited for that game. There are a lot of people out there that are like, that's a whole nother conversation. That's a whole nother podcast about people hating on that game. But I look forward to talking more about it. But you know what, we're going to...
Oh yeah, you're right.
No. Ask your question. Ask your question.
I was gonna make a general comment about we're getting these Japanese games like Assassin's Creed and stuff, and everyone's just complaining endlessly. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying that their individual complaints aren't necessarily in their minds fair because they have different opinions, but it's just like we're finally getting treated to what
Yeah.
we've been asking for. You know what I mean? Like, let's just.
It's taste,
Think
you know
about
what I mean? I think people need to remember it's all about like people's tastes, you know? Like I can give you a jam-filled donut and you can bite into it and be like, this tastes like shit. And I can be like, this tastes great. Like, it's nice that people can have different opinions on stuff.
Yeah,
But when,
no, it's just like, but like, what should happen with Horizon, right? When the next Horizon game's announced that it's in Germany, watch everyone have a meltdown that's not in Japan, me included. Then they'll release one in Japan, and we'll all complain. Will we? Like, no, like, come on, let's
mate,
get behind when we, when we see what we want.
they just need to drop a Horizon MMO that allows you to travel the globe and go to all these different places. That's what they need to do. They need to drop different countries and stuff as like the way Elder Scrolls did it.
I don't really know how Elder Scrolls did it, but like in my mind, I'm thinking like even just the maps they have done, so you can drive between Australia, Mexico. Like I don't know, you obviously have to have some sort of barge or something in between. I'm not really sure how you just drive between them, but that would be cool.
Yeah, like what Elder Scrolls did was it was like that you got Tamriel, and then it was like, all right, the first expansion is Morrowind, which was the third game, and then you got like the Morrowind area, and then they added Skyrim, and then they added the Oblivion world, like land. They added all the different lands and stuff, and I feel like Horizon would do that, like drop America, right, and then for the first update, just add Canada, and then you can just drive in, like it's just like you can cross the border. You know what I mean? It's like Oh my God, Jack, what you do is you don't call them expansions, you call them passports. That's what you do. Like you bought the Canadian passport, you can now travel over the border. Oh my God, we've done it, mate. We've solved them with the Horizon MMO. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Don't tell anybody about that, okay? That's ours. When we make our MMO, that's what we're going to use.
Just before the podcast, you solved the AFL games as well.
We're just the best. All right, let's actually talk about the topic of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Borderlands 4 got a state of play, and it was good, man. It was really good. It was 20 minutes of bliss. There is a reaction. I haven't got it up on the YouTube yet, but it'll be up before this goes up, so there's a reaction up on YouTube. You should go watch it. I actually had a really good time. So they actually announced a whole bunch of different things. I'm just going to hit the highlights really quick, and then we can talk about this stuff in depth. But here's what you need to know. This is probably the speaking of MMOs, this is the closest I think we're going to get to a Borderlands sort of like MMO style game yet. And I'm ready, man. So basically the highlights from this was they introduced new Vault Hunters. So 2 of the 4 new Vault Hunters were introduced. Well, I say that. We got to look at all 4, but 2 of them were part of the gameplay. And that was Vex and the other guy. Damn. Vex. So we got to see the gameplay from the perspective of the Siren, but they also had the soldier. And basically, from what we can tell for the soldier, I think his name's like Raya or something like that. I forget off the top of my head. People are going to come for my ass for that one. I bloody know it. He has like an exosuit that can like pull out blades, make guns, and all this sort of stuff. It was sick. But the Siren was so cool. She can summon like a like cat tiger thing made of like siren energy, and she has this awesome ability which we'll get into, but effectively depending on what sort of like attribute that you have on, so say you've built like a caustic siren, that will change the attribute of your creature, so it becomes like a caustic sort of creature. It can be like a pyro creature. It's very cool, but we'll get into it. They've done a weapon system overhaul. There's the loot has been completely redone. They've enhanced movement, and the co-op features are the best that they will be at launch for a Borderlands game yet. I'm talking like they've designed this game with co-op in mind. Like it's cross-play from day one. Like you can play with anybody on any platform, which is really, really cool. And the menus are more seamless for drop-in, drop-out play. Like they've really built it from the ground up to be a co-op experience. Like one of the loot overhauls they've made is you don't have to worry now about anybody stealing your loot. All loot drops are specific to the player. So yeah, so if like a legendary gun drops, you don't have to worry about your mate coming over and grabbing it and being like, ha, have a good night, dickhead, and then logging out. Like it's your legendary gun. If they get a legendary drop, it's their legendary gun. But yeah, we'll go through it all. So yeah, as you know, Borderlands 4 is now set to launch on September 12, 2025. It's really overhauled its core gameplay and loot systems. Let's talk about the weapons. So the feature that they talked about pretty extensively and heavily is the licensed part system. So this is how they're trying to revamp their weapon system. So originally you would have weapons that came from 4 or 5 different weapons manufacturers. You've got like Jacobs, Maliwan, and all that sort of stuff. Well, they've introduced new ones. So there's now 8 weapon manufacturers in the game. And what were the new ones called? The new ones are called From the Order, Ripper, and Daedalus. So Ripper is all about sort of like explosives and stuff like that, and like bigger weapons. The Order, which is the enemies in the game, they're the brand new enemies. They focus more on like anti-gravity and like robotics and stuff like that. So the guns very much focus on that. And Daedalus is definitely going to be my new favorite manufacturer. So Daedalus effectively are weapons that can use different ammo types, some simultaneously. So that is very interesting. So you can be shooting an explosive and a corrosive shots at the same time, or you can swap from using corrosive ammo to explosive ammo, light ammo, heavy ammo, like very, very cool. But the license part system, that mechanic allows your weapons to be constructed from components from all different manufacturers. So now you have the opportunity to find a gun that has different parts from the different manufacturers. So in the older games, you would find a Jacobs assault rifle. It would be a Jacobs assault rifle, a Valadov assault rifle, a Valadov assault rifle. Now you can find something that could be a rifle that integrates a Valadov barrel, a Torg magazine, a Maliwan elemental switch, and you could just change it up. But they're like all just like procedurally generated random. So it's very rare that you're going to find the same makeup of parts more than once. So you can go from having like what is traditionally like the Valadov assault rifles are traditionally heavy damage, slow firing. You can now find a Valadov assault rifle that could have a Maliwan part, which would allows you to swap up firing modes to make it even quicker. So it's their way of sort of breathing new life into the weapons and allowing it to mix and match. Yeah, which is so cool. Another thing they talked about was the way that they're enhancing the uniqueness of the loot drops. Is literally they're rebalancing the legendary drops. So there were a lot of concerns from players about the overabundance of legendary items, and that's true. I think from Borderlands 2 onwards, a legendary gun felt like it was coming from every sort of fight after you reach sort of like close to level cap.
Hard to know what to carry. Like you
exactly, yeah.
Really dive in, yeah.
Well, they've rebalanced this heavily. So the new approach aims to make legendary drops feel more rewarding and impactful, and they're reducing their frequency and enhancing their uniqueness. So now when you get a legendary gun, it's like they're shifting it to restore the excitement of discovering the powerful gear. And and I think it's a sentiment that's echoed throughout the community is like when we find a legendary gun, we want it to truly feel legendary. We want to be able to pull this out in front of our friends and for our friends to go, fuck me, that's awesome. You know what I mean? Like they shot off a couple of guns that like there was one that was shooting like ammo, like a firearm that shot rainbows that just cut guys in half and stuff like that. Like that's the sort of shit we're after. That's the sort of like unique stuff that we want. And yeah, I think that's so much smarter. I think that's sort of, and I made this comparison a lot in the reacts, and we'll get to it when we talk about movement, but this Borderlands feels like the best of a couple of games, right? Like this feels like the best of Borderlands, as well as they're taking some of the ideas and concepts from Destiny in regards to movement, in regards to loot drops, in regards to weapons. Like the legendary weapons really do feel like an exotic weapon from Destiny. Like when you get an exotic weapon in Destiny, it changes up your gameplay. It changes up how a gun feels. And that seems to be the approach they're taking for the legendary drops in Borderlands 4. Like it feels like these guns are supposed to shake up the meta. They're supposed to make you feel like a total badass. You're supposed to not have anything be able to roll you over. And I thought that was really, really cool. Let's talk about the movement mechanics as well. So to enrich the exploration and combat, Borderlands 4 is introducing several new movement abilities. Players can now utilize a grappling hook. They can perform mid-air hovers, and they can climb walls, adding verticality and dynamicism. See, I wrote that word, dynamicism, and then I realized, like, when I was writing it, I have trouble saying it. That was fun. To gameplay, which is really true. Like, this to me, when I seen this, I was like, shit, that looks like Destiny movement. That looks like some Bungie-ass movement.
At the right time then.
Yes.
Like,
oh, yes.
Yeah.
The hover is definitely a Warlock hover. The grapple hook, which was so cool, and I'm so glad that it's not locked to like one sort of like subclass. You know what I mean? I'm glad like, oh, only soldiers can grapple hook or only sirens can grapple hook. Everyone can grapple hook. Everyone can slide. Everyone can hover. We're not limited by our movements or our guns. We're only limited by our special abilities, which is perfect for this sort of game.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Nothing more frustrating than one class having the cool thing like that. Like in Battlefield, for instance, that was shit. Although I will say in Halo Infinite, the fact that it was a pickup item, I'll let him get away with it.
Yeah, that's fair. Vehicles are also making a return.
Oh, yeah.
Here's what's awesome. So, in the old Borderlands games, which, by the way, we're definitely going to have to replay. I feel like a Borderlands replays are in order. I'm very excited about that. But in the old games, you would find vehicle spawning stations. In another sort of, you've definitely taken this from Destiny, you can now spawn vehicles wherever you are. And you have...
that's so good. It was so frustrating how long you could spend walking to the vehicle station.
Yes, dude. Basically, I feel like they're trying to facilitate streamless traversal because I feel like these are going to be the biggest areas that we've ever seen in a Borderlands game. Just the vibe that comes from like when the gameplay jumps in, you're on this like snowy tundra and it feels massive. So the fact that I can just drop and they're not cars, they're motorbikes. They're like hover bikes. And you can do the Akira slide and everything and it looks so cool. But yeah, you can spawn them wherever you are. Very much feels like a Sparrow from Destiny. The only difference is, and they didn't show it off and they teased me, but the one thing we've been asking for in Destiny for the Sparrows is a weapon. Our bloody bikes in Borderlands have guns. They have guns. You can shoot them up. You can go crazy. Very excited about that. I think one of the last like big things I want to talk about is they introduced something called an ordnance slot. So, Borderlands 4 is revamping the gear system by replacing the traditional artifact slot with an enhancement item. So these provide manufacturer-specific bonuses. So So basically, because of the new system where you can get sort of like guns with many different parts and stuff like that, right? This ordnance slot, it sort of like allows you to enhance certain particular parts of your weapon.
Right, but only if they match the manufacturer.
Yes.
So is it a bit of an incentive to like use as many parts as you can from the one manufacturer? Like if you want to get wild, you can, but you lose something.
Yeah.
Like that gain.
Kind of. It's kind of like they were very sort of like, they didn't go like into full details, but it gave off the sort of vibe of like, you're using a gun that has like a Maliwan switch and a Maliwan elemental thing, right? Well, if you're using this Maliwan thing in your ordnance slot, what it does is it will like increase the firing rate of this part and increase the damage of this part, making this gun feel even more powerful specifically to you. Like specifically because you're putting your time and effort into this manufacturer, specifically for you, this gun goes wild. So it's just another way to sort of like change up the style. So if you feel like maybe, sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say, if you pass me a gun that is from a manufacturer that I haven't really been using, it's gonna feel different to me than it does to you.
Yeah, and I think it's also going to incentivize okay, so I've been frying with Maliwan weapons, but I want to have some fun with Jacob's weapons. I'm going to change my ordnance slot to Jacob's and see if I like the feel of the Jacob's weapons. But in saying that, that gun that you've been frying with, for example, if that has a Jacob's barrel, it will also then feel different again. So it's a way to sort of make your weapons feel different depending on what ordnance you have. Yeah, they've really sort of been like, finding the gun is just the beginning. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like the old Borderlands games where you find the gun, all right, now I found a stronger gun, I'm going to toss this away. It's like, I found this gun, it has this many parts on it. Oh, I found this ordnance thing, I'm going to put it in there. I found a new ordnance thing. Oh my god, now it's making this other gun that I had feel even more different. It's changed the firing rate, it's changed the effectiveness, it's changed the elements. Like, they're really trying to make you experiment with the guns. You know, the guns are like, it kind of feels like an amalgamation of like everything that they've done with Borderlands games. You know what I mean? Like Tiny Tina's Wonderland. They've taken inspiration from Destiny. I feel like they've taken inspiration from like there's even Apex like inspirations in there in the movement. You know, like I really feel like they've taken everything that works in the genre, and not just that. they have taken what the community have wanted on board, which is crazy. Like, you can now replay any story mission you want. You can replay any boss fight you want. Like, are no longer tied to like reloading saves to try and get the best gear from the boss fight. You can now just retry that boss fight over and over again at Moxie's bar. Like, there's like set up like a boss rush thing where you can go in and play all the boss fights you want to grind for the gear you want. Like, this feels like the Borderlands made for the fans. And it like
yeah, it seems like they've been thinking about all of this stuff from the very beginning.
They really have, like, and that's what's like so awesome. And I actually cannot wait to jump in. I cannot wait to jump in with like everybody and go absolutely wild. I'm pretty excited. I like even the story looks interesting. So like effectively it follows on from like Borderlands 4, and we're not on Pandora. We're on a brand new planet called Karos. And it's so colorful. Like, that's also something I feel like the community's been sick and tired of brown. They're like, cool, okay, greens, whites, purples. Like, it's so colorful. There's so much going on. Honestly, like, there's so much more to talk about. But I feel like we're going to, like, they've already said there's, in June, we're going to have our first look at, like, proper, like, hands-on for people. So we'll probably have, like, videos going up from all creators and stuff being like, here's what I got to play, here's how much I enjoyed it. And hopefully we get more info on the other two Vault Hunters. But coming away from this state of play that had so much information for 20 minutes, like it was a jam-packed, like when it got to the end, I'm like, it's over? Like, no way. Like, I actually wanted to know more, which is always a great feeling at the end of like a presentation like that, where I'm like, I could have sat there for another 20 minutes and watched these guys play a game. Like, we got a boss fight that they're like, no spoilers. I'm like, no, spoil it. I want to know. Yeah, honestly, I am very excited to see more. I think everything they've introduced is pretty amazing. I think they've definitely taken the best of the best from the looter shooter space. You know what I mean? Like, these guys basically invented the looter shooter. So if they want to take stuff from Destiny, if they want to take stuff from Division, if they want to take stuff from all these, go for it. If you can take the best of their games and that it makes your game better, do it. And from the outside looking in, that's exactly what they've done. They've taken whatever they could to make their game better, and it looks amazing. And I actually cannot wait to jump in and play with you guys. At the end of the reacts, I'm like, this is a perfect time for me to announce that my Vault Hunter slot is open. Everyone drop your resumes down below in the comments and let me know. I'm looking for Vault Hunters. Yeah, I can't wait to jump in. I feel like this is one for the boys. I feel like this is going to be a really good game for all of us to jump into and just like sink a couple of, like, I was going to say sink a couple of weeks. I feel like we could sink a couple of months into this thing. I feel like this thing is like going to be jam-packed full of stuff to do. I think finishing the campaign will just be the beginning with this game. This feels like the starting of like a proper games as a service Borderlands game. And normally I'm like, games as a service, but I feel like Borderlands is one of those games that could really benefit from it. You know what I mean? Like, they've got so many cool weapons, so many cool designs, so many cool characters that I feel like after you finish the campaign, like, you're just sitting around waiting for the next one to really interact with this world again. And I think this world is so rich and so full of life that having an occasional content drop every couple of months will only benefit the game, I think, in the long run. Like, I would go back to Borderlands 3 now if they suddenly drop new DLC. Like, that's always been the good thing about Borderlands.
Yeah, right. I mean, if it's going to take them another 6 years to release another one, they might be incentivized to drop a few DLCs or expansions or something.
No, keen. But yeah, that was basically every important piece of information announced during the Borderlands State of Play. Oh yeah, I had a good time. It was good fun. Everyone should go watch my reacts. Yeah, September 12th. Release date moved up. It was originally September 23rd.
Being moved up has nothing to do with GTA.
Yeah, dude, I love how they're like, hey guys, we're doing really well. This has got nothing to do with any other game coming out. And then, yeah, now we definitely know it's got nothing to do with any other game coming out. So good for them, dude. If they're that pumped and they're that ready, like, yeah, get it into my hands sooner. I'm ready. The only thing I'm wishing for, and this is selfish of me, if you're out there, Gearbox, and you're listening, 1, fire Randy Pitchford. I know you can't. He's a founder. 2, don't let him do Magic anymore. I know you can't stop him. He's a founder. And 3, I want a really sick collector's edition. Please. Like, please. Every single collector's edition has come as like a loot box. I'm ready for a new loot box to put on my shelf.
That's all right.
I'm ready.
Yeah, nice.
I'm ready. Oh, mate. Excited for the new Borderlands, mate? You going to play it with me when it comes out?
I think I've said this before on the podcast, but every time a Borderland comes out, I'm pumped, and then don't play it.
Nah, you gotta play this one, please. I need people.
I've played 2 many times, not all the way through, but like I've started that game so many times, and I can't help but feel like I have 3. Like I have it on disc.
Do you have 1? We should do a replay of the series because I feel like that would be nothing but beneficial.
Got the collection.
Let's play 1. One's.
I can buy 1. I'm sure it's cheap as shit now.
Yeah, one's like a. Like it's very brown, but like it's got some of the best humor. Like it's got some of that early 2000s humor, which is just too good. Like it's very funny. But yeah, I would.
Borderlands 1, 22 hours. Holy shit.
Oh no! You can do that quicker. For sure.
I'd be keen though. It's a game I've always wanted to play, and like a lot of the DLC looks great.
Yeah.
You know, the Minecraft Easter egg. I just want to go and discover that, to be honest.
Bro,
anything.
honestly, I feel like we could pump through. I think the only one that would take us like a solid amount of time is 3. I think 1 and 2 could be pumped through pretty quick. Because I played through all of 2 on my Vita. And that shit, like, that hurts the old hands. So if I could get through it on my Vita, like, I feel like we can pump through it. I think we should play it. I think we should be good. The only problem we've got is Barros.
I want to play the Barros, yeah.
Getting Barros on board. So everybody watching right now, if you know who Barros is, I know you do. I've just randomly messaged him being like, play Borderlands with the boys. That's the mission. Everybody who watched this far into the podcast, thank you so much. Please message Jake Barros and say, hey, play Borderlands with the boys. We'd very much appreciate that.
I want to play the prequel more than anything. Is that before Borderlands 1 or is that somewhere in...
That's do you want to play them in like chronological order?
I don't know, but I just want to play the prequel.
Okay. If we play them in chronological order, it goes 1, pre-sequel.
Oh, cool. Okay, maybe
It's
we
set
smash out 1, then we got options.
Yeah, it's set before 2.
Because I don't... Yeah, I feel like...
And everyone's Australian.
I'm all about release order, but I've started 2 so many times. I feel like if we get a second game under our belt, the momentum will be on our side.
Okay, we can do pre-sequel. Pre-sequel's is really good. Like, there's a gun with a thick Australian accent. Have you heard about this gun?
I think so, like years ago.
Bro, when you reload it and you put the clip in, she goes, oh yeah, stick another one in me.
Yeah, no, I've heard about that. Yeah.
So good. I love that gun, bro. So good. It's like so weak later on, but you just keep using it because she keeps screaming at you like, oh yeah, boy. Like, let's fucking go. So good. I can't wait. Oh, I'm so excited for this now.
Borderlands 1 we'll start with.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure I've got it, but I'll get it otherwise. That's no problem.
Oh, man. We've gone back. I'm just going to say this before I end. What a nostalgia trip we're on right now. Our literal 2 games are about to be Borderlands 1 and Rainbow Six Siege. Like, we're on like a trip down memory lane.
And we're just waiting for Gears of War 2 to
come on, Gears. Like, we want to finish that playthrough. All right, Jack, thank you very much for joining me, mate. I do appreciate it.
Mate.
Oh, mate, we'll come back and we'll do it again next week. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. We really do appreciate it. To keep up to date with all the latest news, reviews, and previews, be sure to go to oneupgames.com and subscribe to One Up Games here on YouTube. Hit that like button. It helps the algorithm push it out to different people. You can also go and join the Discord where you can keep up the conversation with like-minded people like yourself. It's mainly just Av. Go say hi to him. He needs friends in there. We love him. Go in there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. We really do appreciate it. Until next time, may all your games be good ones. And if you want to drop your resume off to join our crew of Vault Hunters, be sure to do that in the Discord as well. I'm not going to create a channel for it, but if enough of you start dropping resumes in there, who knows? Maybe we will. All right, love you guys.
I need a cover letter as well.
Yeah, cover letter. Jack wants a cover letter, all right? He wants one. Make it happen. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, may your games be good ones. We love you, and we will see you guys next week. Bye, everybody.